It's been over a year since I started doing local markets for my small business Clearcut, and I can now say without a doubt that markets are often less profitable than people might think. A lot of business owners, including myself, don't always talk about the hidden cost of tabling at markets. So grab your favorite cozy snack or beverage and let me tell you why you might want to start rethinking local markets and why they might not be the best long-term move for your business. Everyone wants to feel like their market day was a success. The common mindset is usually, did I make my table back? I'm just gonna try and make my table back. As long as I break even, I'll be okay. Let's start with an example. Say I paid $250 for a table, right? I made $1,000 in sales. Sounds like $750 in profit, so I should be okay, right? Well, the truth is, that's not really how profit works. We need to consider all of our costs to really establish how much profit we have, starting with considering the cost of goods. It's common for new small business operators to not consider all the costs they have when looking at how much money they made. And profit margins are often 50% or less. You get something manufactured for $5, or the materials cost $5. Then you sell it for $10. So that $1,000 in sales that I made might only be $500 in actual profit after subtracting the cost of goods. Then subtract the $250 table fee. Now I'm down to $250. Not looking so great. Then you have to also factor in that time equals money. I'm not just paying in money, I'm also paying in time. 6 hours at the market, packing and unpacking my setup, traveling, sometimes across the city or even by plane, set up and tear down at the venue, and the list goes on. Even what you're seeing right here, I usually always try and plan out my table setup before the day of the market, so I'm easily looking at a 10-hour investment or more. Doing these markets may put some wear and tear on your vehicle, especially if you're moving around a lot of merch and things for your table setup. If you accidentally scratch or damage your car in some way, that could easily be $50 in damages. There's also gas fees to consider as well. We're also out all day, so we'll likely end up buying food, maybe $20 for the day. We'd also potentially buy something from other vendors. I love to support fellow small businesses, but that could be another $20 out of the profit. It's also worth mentioning that it's not highly uncommon for your merchandise and possessions to get lost or stolen. If we consider all these factors, maybe have $10 gas, $20 for food, $20 for spending, we have another $50 in cost. Another thing is that many vendors will have someone helping them, and their time is also worth something. Maybe you have a partner help with the setup or teardown, or they come pick you up. That could be another 2 hours if you were to compensate them. Now we're down to just $200 and 12 hours of labor, which is about $17 an hour, barely minimum wage, and remember, we made $1,000, which would be considered a good day for many vendors. The bottom line is, it's a lot of effort, and it's just not very profitable after considering all costs. It's also not consistent. Most markets are only running during the weekend, and you may not even have one to vend at every weekend. Not to mention that you have to apply to get to said market before even showing up to vend there. And if you get accepted, you'd have to coordinate your time, maybe even plan on going to travel, and so forth. It's basically work before work. It gets really daunting, super exhausting, super fast. So it starts to seem like a poorly paying part-time job at this point with inconsistent hours. Sad face. The things I've mentioned here are things I've seen a lot of small businesses experience at markets. Talking to other people, it seems I'm actually doing relatively well at the markets compared to other vendors, but when you look at the numbers more closely, even that is not very good. A lot of what I've said may be a bigger issue due to my location and broader economy. I'm located in Toronto, and from what I've heard, markets in Canada, including Toronto and Vancouver, may just not be as profitable as markets in the United States. The economy overall is not doing very well. Lots of people are experiencing layoffs or a lack of career growth, and they have less discretionary income to spend on things, and it sucks. It really, really sucks, which is why I'm thinking markets are not a good use of my energy anymore. Thinking long term, local markets are cool for testing products and meeting customers. That's how I started out last year, and it was a fantastic experience. I got to meet a lot of other local businesses, customers, and really got to connect with my audience. But as a long-term business model, it's just really hard to make it make sense, because the more I keep investing in these markets, the more I find that I'm just not making enough profit after considering the cost and effort, and I'm just wasting my effort. It's possible that events in the US or at bigger events like Anime North, the profits might be better. Conventions have been known to generate a lot of income, but they are also expensive to travel to and competitive to get accepted at. It also depends on the niche. Markets are also somewhat a hit or miss. I did poorly at the same market that I did incredible in last year. I sometimes wonder if the only people making decent money at these events are the organizers. When you consider how many people pay for tables at these markets, how much renting a space and labor might cost, it seems like there's a lot of potential profit to be had. But what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'm not completely ruling out future markets. I love going to markets. I think they're really fun, super awesome experiences to be had with meeting new people and learning new things. I just don't think right now they're highly profitable or worth my time at the moment. If I was to do markets in the future, it would only be after making major changes to my product lines or table layout that would be intended to significantly boost sales. I'll also be doing a proper profit analysis at the end of any future markets, rather than just sticking my head in the sand and telling myself, at least I made my table back. We all want to think of our events as a success, but real long-term growth requires a realistic analysis. So having said all this, what am I going to do instead of markets? I'm going to try to invest more energy into online marketing and getting online sales. It's really a magical feeling seeing the online sale notifications without having to pack up a bunch of products, leave the house, drive all over the city, sit or stand around all day, hoping to make a sale, etc. In order to do this, I'm going to invest more into creating new content, such as this video, and as well as looking into different ways to promote my products online. I'll keep you updated on how it goes. If you've made it to the end of the video, thanks for sticking around and watching till the end. Feel free to share your experiences or write anything in the comment section below. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with anyone you think might be going through something similar, or if they are thinking about pivoting away from markets too. And once again, thank you so much for watching and for following Clearcut's journey. I'll see you all in the next one. Take care.